Yo guys, it's Mike from Chess Lifestyle, and thank you Sapsara for letting me know that the title is incorrect. So let me quickly change that. Oh god, what do I normally write? Uh, okay, let me quickly check what I've recorded for like the previous streams normally. Okay, this should be my 42 minutes of daily chess training, and it really will be 42 minutes because in 42 minutes it's probably going to be midnight. So let me adjust this to 23:58. Okay, that will do. That will do. Let's go. And welcome Arav to a stream, and apologies for starting so late. I am absolutely dead today. I went to play basketball for the first time in forever. I probably played like 3 hours straight, and my body actually wants to die. So that was my day. And I also did a lot of work. Uh, so yeah, I am basically going to be doing some game analysis this stream. Um, Basically from one of these Grand Koalas tournaments I played yesterday. Yeah, and I found the games were quite instructive, so I kind of want to just go through as many of these as possible. Welcome Frizz to the stream. Can we look at what files would benefit me and Safsara today? Because we both are stuck. I see. That's a good question. We could accept that not all of my files are completely legit, and it's probably best that I don't show this on stream. So I think Tricky, we're gonna have to do this off stream at some point. But definitely like we can have a discussion about like what files would be best for you guys to work on. Um but yeah, I think today like I'm just gonna see how many of these games I can analyze. Actually this first game I'm going to be analyzing with someone else a bit later. So I think I'll just save that for then. Like, let's not waste any time. And I'll just try and analyze the other games and see if we can gain some conclusions from this. So, yeah, let's take a look at this game. So this game, I tried playing Caro-Kann. My opponent played two knights. So I played Yasser's line of bishop g4 and bishop h5. And here my opponent played g4 immediately. I don't think it really matters. Basically just transposes with ed5, cd5. We get this 2-on-3 type position. And I couldn't really remember the theory, to be honest. But somehow I managed to reproduce it. And interesting that queen c7, this felt like the right move for me. But because there's no knight d5, because I pick up the knight. And I actually wonder if this is what Yasser was playing. Like I'm wondering whether Yasser played this. So let's have a look. Was he playing queen c7 here? No, he was playing rook c8. Interesting. So I mean, this queen c7 might actually be playable. I just wonder if there's any benefit to it. It's probably not, right? Probably rook c8 is just going to be a much more useful move. Because now we get like very much the same position. Let me have a look how my game progressed. Did having the queen on c7 help in any way? Or not? So okay, if they had played queen e2 here, is this any different with my queen on c7? Bishop b4 is a move with the queen on c7. I feel like that wasn't the move with the move on rook c8. Am I going crazy here? Queen e2? Yeah, bishop d6 is the move. That's really interesting. Yeah, and this is where we had these two different lines where we take and play queen f6. This was one line. And then there was also the immediate h4 in which we go f6 and we get this position. This was one as well. But I actually wonder maybe this queen c7 is some kind of finesse that I've stumbled upon. Like d4, e6. If h4, which happened in the game, and f6 is still fine. If queen e2, bishop b4, what's going on here? But then, oh, that doesn't look so good. Unless this is somehow playable. Maybe this is interesting with queen a5. How is this position actually? King d2 kind of makes sense, or is this just a bad position? Maybe this is just a bad position. Yeah, I'm not liking it as much. Maybe rook c8 is actually the correct move. So okay, we're gaining some experience here. I mean, much needed experience, right? Because I really have no experience of this Caro-Kann. But okay, that's good to see. And then this is where queen f6 was some move. I'm also seeing actually h5 is a move here as well. How the hell does this go? Queen f6 now. And we're just down a pawn, but maybe we're happy. It's interesting they're not even defending their d pawn. Oh, because this is hanging as well. And we can take on c2. In a way, I think this is almost more interesting. I'll leave this as interesting. I could do this forever, I think. But yeah, let me check. By legit, what does this mean? Do we care, lol? Oh right, make an overview on your strengths and weaknesses without showing the files. I mean, yeah, this could be possible as well. I mean, basically, well, the first thing is that, okay, so for anyone who's confused, basically Tricky and Safsara are both students of mine in the Leicestershire Grand Prix, which is some group kind of lessons / tournament that I've been organizing over the past year or so. And today, Arav Tricky won the overall event. Safsara came second, so I've promised them some gift courses. And oh yeah, I don't know how much I can say this on stream. It's so annoying. It's so annoying that you have to like any evidence that you post online can be used against you. Like, not that anyone is going to just like report me, but you just don't know who's watching, right? So again, Safsara Tricky, I will get in touch like in private about this, and I think that'll be better because I definitely have some courses that I want to recommend for you now. But yeah, like we'll talk about this properly later, I think. Are we reviewing another one of those secret blitz tournaments? Yes, we are, Josh. That is exactly the case. What is Grand Koalas? So, basically, I am organizing a chess training camp in Turkey with Grandmaster Dragon Solak, top 100 player. And that's actually happening next week. And basically, in the build-up to it, we've been... Oh, I kind of remember that I wasn't supposed to talk about this, but whatever. I'm so tired, guys. I'm so tired. So basically, yeah, these Grand Koala tournaments is one of Dragon's initiatives. It's kind of a secret thing. We've been invited to participate. So my students who are coming with me to Turkey are also participating in this. But yeah, basically it's just like a bunch of like strong Turkish juniors and titled players participating in these closed events, and there's a lot more to it which I'm not going to get into, but yeah, basically this is kind of what I've been joining in every now and again. Students is a strong word. I mean, what would you call yourself, Safsara? I'm not like I'm not like working on your chest like, as like a training partner. Like you better accept me as your coach, Safsara. You better. I feel like this is enough evidence. What about the getting high discussions? Oh god. Yeah, I mean, this is the problem, right? Like when you make YouTube content, you can just edit the videos, and if you say anything stupid, then you can cut it out. But when it's a stream, you're just screwed. It's just so unfair. It's just so cursed. I love how easy it is to extract info out of you. Yeah, literally, literally. Yeah, you couldn't come because of exams. Yeah, it's such a shame. Safsara isn't a student; he's a failure. Jesus Christ, guys. Jesus. I mean, to be honest, I think like actually before my GCSEs, I literally went on a trip to Hong Kong. As you guys should know, I'm half Cantonese. Like I'm a half Hong Konger. But yeah, I literally went to Hong Kong for my half term before exams. Literally before my GCSEs. Had a blast. And then I came back in like great spirits and then smashed them. So to be honest, I think you guys should have come to Turkey and just had a good time, and it would have been well worth it. But what to do? What to do? Yeah. So basically, I get this position, and h4 is played instead of queen e2, which would have been the better move. And here I remembered my f6 move, and my opponent didn't take on g6. And what I found afterwards was that basically in this position, well, this position is just a game, right? With king f7, and it's kind of interesting. What happens after h5 actually? GH. This is good for me. Oh, and just take on d4, I see. So why are they playing queen e2? Queen e2 feels like a garbage move. What if they just play like h5 immediately? I'm even castling queenside here. Oh god, I'm too tired for this. I'm too tired to work this out. Knight e7. I don't want to block my bishop in, you know. What's even the threat though? Why can't I just play like bishop d6? Is it like some h6 issue? Apparently not. Oh, but I don't have this right now because they can take on g6. Okay. Anyway, I don't need to analyze this position specifically because I'm normally playing with the rook on c8, right? So maybe let's have a look at it here with the rook on c8. What happens here? It's pretty much the same. a6 takes, rook takes. Oh, queen d3 looks terrifying. Oh my god. What do I sign myself up to? This looks absolutely horrendous. f5? Jesus Christ. g5? What if they play queen d6? Is this a move? King, maybe we're doing some manual castle here. Oh, bloody hell. I'll need to look into this another time. I can't make this work, right? Because my thinking is like the advantage of playing queen c7 here is that I wouldn't have to worry about okay, he played like a bad move, but let's say they played this and played with queen d3 like this or something, or let's say we get the same line, right? Like we get this position. Oh, this is again is going to be annoying, but my queen is not. My queen is not able to swing over like this, so yeah, this whole line is just tricky. I need to look into this at some point, basically. Why are you a broke chess coach then? Because I'm charging you pennies, Safsara, for our classes because I'm too kind. I need to up my rates. This is the situation. This is why I'm a broke chess coach. Why knight e7 or f5? I mean, knight e7 covers the g6 square, f5 blocks the queen, but it just looks really ugly, right? But yeah, in the game, my opponent, after f6, he played h5, so my titled opponent was out of book at this point. And I'm even just better after bishop c2. Like, I remember looking at this after the game and being like, oh wow. So, they can't really take here. Oh, because of d4, I was thinking queen takes e5. But I guess queen takes e5 you don't really want, because then you're going to have this open file against the backwards pawn. So d4 kind of makes sense. Why can't the knight just move? Oh my god, queen a5. Wow. And that's GG. That's GG. So that's good to know. There's bishop c2. How does this fare in the rook c8 lines? So if h4, f6, and h5, can I take on c2? I can't take on c2. Oh, it's so annoying. Like, why not? So what, they take on c6? Okay, why can't they do that in this line? Takes on c2? No, why can't they take like this? I can take with the queen? What? And then just like this? Unbelievable. Wait, so... Oh, I'm so confused. If they take like this, why can't I take with the rook? Oh, because they can take with the knight hitting the queen. Oh my god, these fine details are so crazy. I see. Wow, so this is actually a little trick for players who have like preparation of playing this h5. It just doesn't work in this line because I can just take on c2. That's pretty cool. Yeah, it's very tempting to see if I can make this queen c7 a move because definitely this would get my opponents out of book. And it kind of seems like an interesting alternative to this rook c8, to be honest. The only tricky business would be making sure that I have a line against this queen e2. Then this would be... is queen b6 possible? I mean, the bishop's developed, right? So... I don't know, maybe queen b6 makes some sense. I don't know. I guess it hits d4 as well. And then we just complete our development. It looks alright. It looks definitely alright. Maybe this actually interesting. I'm gonna upgrade this to interesting. Yeah, it could definitely be well worth preparing something here. Maybe I'll just leave. What did I put here? Rook c8. Maybe I'll just put queen c7 interesting. And I'll just include a few of these lines. So, what, d4, e6, if h4, f6, and if h5, and this is strong. This needs looking into still, of course. And then we've also got queen e2, bishop b4, and then queen b6, castle's queenside, and knight e7. And this is probably pretty fair as well. So I think I'll just make a note, look into this. Yeah, so this is how the game went. So I basically got my pieces developed. I pushed in the center of e5. I don't think that's such a terrible decision. And I went kingside. I guess I can go both ways, but kingside felt a bit more pleasant. And especially here, I felt like I had good prospects on the queenside. That's my feeling. Sus late stream, absolutely. Super sus. Super sus. To be fair, you paid £20 for a chess file and 2 hours of coaching. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. It's such good value. I really want a C3 Venom course. You're gonna have to buy it, Sapsara. I mean, if anyone's getting a C3 Venom course, it would have to be tricky for winning it. Stop calling me Skibidi. I think it's a great marketing opportunity, Sapsara. You should embrace the Skibidi chess. I think it's huge. I have my Spanish EOYE listening, and I'm going to flop tomorrow. What year are you in, Sapsara? Do these exams even matter? I probably shouldn't be even saying that. Of course exams matter. Yeah. So important, aren't they? Not like we're all gonna be chess addicts anyway. Okay, I'm never doing exercise again because it definitely leads to like a no filter, which is not ideal. God, I can't believe I died today. The problem is, when you go play basketball, right? If you end up playing like a proper game, like a 5-on-5 full court game, and you're playing with people who are actually at Loughborough University who are actually good at basketball, you end up like working like way harder than your body can withstand, and I died basically. He yawned. Everyone go to bed. Yes, Jan. This needs to happen. These positions seem so hard to play for a win. Which positions? Because I mean, this position definitely has good winning opportunities, and this is where I had this insane line, Bishop B4. And you know what this kind of reminds me of? This reminded me of the classical game. Do you remember where my opponent needed to play Bishop F6 and basically hit my king? It was like a opposite side castles. I had white pieces playing against a Dutch. And yeah, this line, Bishop B4, they can't take because of Rook B8. And after Queen C1, Rook B8 anyway, King A1, F5, GF, Knight F, and then here, which I thought was just like a reasonable move, boom, Bishop C3. So again, it looks like when the opponent castles queenside and they try and tuck their king away on A1, trying to get the bishop to this diagonal is just killer. So basically I had this kind of like compensation here, but I just didn't see any of it, and I went completely wrong with my attack. I tried to get my knight in, but I missed a really strong move from my opponent here. Basically, after knight d3, my opponent found bishop c6, and my whole structure begins to get undermined. I was really hoping that, you know, if white just makes like a random move here, I'm in time to take over, right? Like these pieces are coming in really fast, but completely overlooked this bishop c6. And king h8 was just really bad. And annoyingly, this was the move I wanted to play, but then I was like, oh, I'm just going to lose. And this is where having some basic tactical ability is really important, because here I just take with check, and I'm actually winning. So the fact that my opponent can't even take on d5, this is just obviously the move I want to play. And then, okay, I'm down in exchange, I don't even care. Like, this is just... Look at this knight, look at this bishop. I'm going to try and bring my pieces onto the side of the board somehow. Maybe like with... bringing a queen to a5 or something. It just looks so strong. But yeah, didn't see this basic tactic, and then basically my opponent just won a bunch of pieces, and it was just completely over. Like yeah, no, I was just getting completely wrecked. I mean, I tried to be tricky somehow. I think I had like mate in 1 threatened here, so I was just like praying that would somehow work, but no. Just got mated. So yeah, that was an interesting one. I need to go to bed, but I could not click on your face, SMH. Thank you, Jan. I appreciate the simp level of support for that comment. But yeah, I'm glad you're here. For some nice chess analysis. My friends are basketball maniacs. They train every day. I love to play with them. I just get demolished. One day, Frizz, you need to just go out. Like, so this is what ended up happening to me. Actually, I had 2 really close friends back in school, and they were both really good at basketball. And I just decided one day that I wanted to beat them. And I ended up training every day in the summer. I literally like was watching YouTube tutorials and like practicing every day. I'd be insane. I would go out in the rain. It would be like torrential rain. Obviously, there's no one out on the courts, and I would just be practicing in the torrential rain. I was just like so into basketball for like 1 year, and yeah, after that summer, I actually got pretty good. So I fulfilled my goal of beating my friends, even though okay, they're both much better than me still. But I had a brief phase where I felt like I was on par with them, and I could beat them. So that was really cool. But nowadays I'm so bad. I'm so bad. Like as I said, I literally haven't exercised in weeks. So obviously I'm gonna be trash. But yeah, this was another game. Let's have a look at this. So this is C3 Venom, and we have our main line. I play knight d2, bishop f5, the new main line, queen b3. He chooses queen c8. So at this moment, all London players are playing knight f3. We can even have a look. I'd say like yeah, 70%. And in this position, as you can see, one of the top engine moves is c4, and players just don't play the c4 move. I think it's really interesting. You're too short for basketball, Jan. How tall do you think I am? Because actually, I found out like people think I'm really short, and I'm actually not that short. Wait, what is this? I went on a 6-kilometer bike ride today. Wait, I'm sorry. So you went to bed at 6 a.m. You woke up with no hours sleep for my chess class, and then you went on a 6 km bike ride. What is wrong with you? Imagine having basic tactical ability. Yeah, exactly. I fell into a river, got electric. Yeah, okay. No idea, but you need to be really tall for basketball. 6'6". That's a nice guess, Arif. I've actually grown. Can you believe it, guys? I've actually grown in the last like half year. I used to be like 6'1.5". Not like six, not like, I mean like half inch, like 6 foot and half an inch. But I'm actually now 6'1", 6'1". Like I've actually grown. It's unbelievable. So you can somehow just have like random growth spurts. But yeah, so actually, it's a shame Lucas isn't on the stream because I actually had this game against Lucas. This exact game with Queen A3, and I remember in this position, I wanted to play B4, and then I chickened out of it and played Bishop D6. Well, I didn't chicken out of it. I just thought Bishop D6 was an even better move. But I remember now that B4 was actually a mistake after A5, which I totally didn't see in my game against Lucas. But yeah, it's really interesting to see that this like 2100 is literally playing the same line that Lucas played against me. So this Bishop E7 move, which I remembered like wasn't good, like I just take once. And yeah, they're trying to be ambitious by castling here. Bishop C5 can be met with a lot of pressure on the C file, which is half the point of playing C4 against this Queen C8. And yeah, I get a repeat of my game against Lucas, and it went well, basically. This was all very good. And okay, I could have played this better somehow, actually. Just castles immediately. Oh, of course, because my knight's not hanging. I think I probably just said castles loses a knight, but of course it's just pinned. Yeah, if I knew that I could play castles in one go, then I probably would. That makes sense. But this was also good. Oh yeah, I'm very proud of this decision, right? Not trying to just hang on to this pawn for dear life, but basically just evaluating that this is going to be effective. And yeah, I win back the pawn. I took on d8, played b3, and oh, what beautiful play from me. What beautiful play. And oh, actually, like for those who have joined the Discord, you're gonna see a very familiar endgame. So I managed to win this pawn, and I get this extra pawn endgame. But basically, we see in this position, after black plays g5, we get this situation where I have an automatic self-sufficient setup, right? Where basically I've got this e-pawn, and no matter what black does, even if let's say black has like two moves here, like let's say I make like another random move, and they play like king g7. It looks like black might be able to hold this, right, and try and push the pawn. But the point is that I can just keep my king covering this pawn and just push this pawn all the way. And the point is that black can never come over and stop the pawn, because then I've got this classic trick. And they can never, take my e-pawn, because then I can just give check and promote, right? So this is just a self-sufficient win. So like all of these kind of like lessons in endgame, just yeah, like once you learn it once, then you got it. So yeah, this was a really clean win. Congratulations to me. Let's move on. So this one I managed to win as well. I tried playing a Caro-Kann. We got the advanced variation. He played with g4. I know how to deal with this quite well. Yeah, you got to remember that always mate h4 with h5. And on e6 here, you don't take, but you play queen d6. And the point is here, your bishop isn't kicked all the way to h7. You can take on f7. And yeah, this is probably a good position. So it was interesting here, actually, because here, my opponent played rook h3, and I can't take on... What? I can? Oh, I can just sack my queen for 2 pieces, and I'm just, like, only slightly worse. That's pretty crazy. But no, I don't want to lose my queen. Interesting that queen c7 is best, though. Because we want to play with the bishop on d6. Right, that makes a lot of sense. That's a nicer way to play it. And then the bishop can come to d6, right? This looks good. Okay, so... yeah, I ended up going for a different plan. Did I have to play queen Oh my god. Oh my god. So I'm playing a 1700, right? And in this position, I literally played the move King B8. And as soon as I played that, I was like, you idiot. Just blundered Queen D8. But turns out my opponent just pre-moved knight e5. And then I'm completely fine because taking the knight then reveals the defense. It was unbelievable. But yeah, of course, in this position, I should find a different move. And even though it's a bit ugly, Queen B8 is definitely better than blundering a full rook. But this is why you wait for your opponent to play instead of blitzing out your response. Yeah, and then I basically just had a very nice position, and he just went on complete tilt. I mean, I also missed some easier ways to win this, but I was just like, yeah, this is completely winning whatever I do, so I just brought in all the pieces and ended up winning on time even. So this was just a nice game. But yeah, this opening, I think, yeah, this G5 move's really bad from him. I think this position is just really good. Like, basically, e5 is coming next, and this is always good. And white can never play f4 to stop e5 without dropping g4, right? Like, I don't think you can do this. Oh, queen e6? Oh, that's so clean. I really like that move. But bishop e2, maybe they cover? Oh, 8g4 anyway, and the bishop's pinned. Beautiful, beautiful. So, okay, that's good. That's good to see, and this was a nice game. So then I think the next two games, wait, I'm missing a game. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. I'm missing a game. I'll have to check that out later. I think I won the last game anyway, so probably it's not the end of the world to not see it. But this game I played really badly, actually. Let me check out what people have been saying in the chat. I tried to pick up running again this year, but it's very hard to be consistent, right? I found with running, the nice thing you can do is, like, if you get an app that, like, records your distance and time, it can be quite fun to see if you can, like, I don't know, reach personal bests in terms of, like, your, I don't know, average speed per mile, or, like, I don't know, these kind of stats, right? Like, how fast have you ran your lap, your route or whatever. Like, I used to do a bunch of running back in uni, but yeah. Again, I'm retiring from exercise. Like, it's way too it's way too painful. It's way too painful. Oh my god. Wait, there's so much. Are you eligible to play the Olympiad for HK? Maybe I scrolled too much. But welcome Lucas to the stream. Wait, I'm so confused. Did I just miss out a whole chunk of text? Maybe I did. That's a really good question. I actually do have, what do they even call it? That just shows how much of a fake Hong Konger I am. I do have permanent residency. I have like a 3-star Hong Kong ID. So technically, if I were to like compete in the qualifying tournaments in Hong Kong and I were to like win it or something or get qualified, I think I could. I probably would need to change federation by FIDE and pay like, I don't know, £200 to do that. But I think it could be done. It could be done. But I don't know. I mean to be honest, actually, like I actually have a job at Kaiser Chess Institute in Hong Kong if I ever want it. Like, I've got all the qualifications that they would need or want in a coach. And I even have some basic proficiency in Cantonese. So I could move to Hong Kong if I wanted to. The problem is that it's so damn expensive. Like, even with like a proper legit job where I'm like fully employed by this company, like, I think I would struggle to make ends meet, to be honest. So I need to... I don't know. Maybe it's something one day. I think it would be cool, but yeah, I don't know. Exams matter. Quirky chess streamer that encourages chess betting specifically. I need to go to bed. Oh yeah, okay. Wait. Oh my god, I'm so behind on chat. And then we start talking about basketball, running. I'm short of an Arab. Yeah, Arab's pretty tall. Arab's pretty tall. See ya, Safsara. Thanks for tuning in. No need to be tall. One parent is 5'3" and is the best. Yeah, literally. I mean, like, you know, if you can shoot a 3-pointer and you've got handles, like, you're fine. You're honestly fine. British people favorite words. You mad, bruv? No way, Jose. That's two very different ends of the spectrum. I lost ODP on time again. Oh man. Can't even do 1k. Average chess player physique. I actually have a really fun story actually. So my Caius, my local chess talent and friend and student and whatever you want to call him. He has a friend in school who he ended up bringing to one of our chess sessions together because, I don't know, he just wanted to. And the hilarious thing was that this friend of his who doesn't play chess, from the way that Caius has described me to his friend, this friend always assumed that I was some overweight, disabled guy who just eats pizza. That was the image that I gave off from Caius's description of me. And when you think about it, like, what? I just sit in front of a computer and play chess all day? Like, I mean, it literally should be like that. It should be like that. And I just eat so badly as well. I don't know. Like, it was just really funny. It was just very funny. But yeah, let's work out this game. So, my opponent played the move Queen C8 here. Yeah, normally they would have C5 in the position already. So then they have a few more options, right? But Queen C8 here, maybe I should be playing for a quick C4 already, but it doesn't quite feel right when the pawn isn't already on C4, right? If I play C4, they can always follow up with C6 maybe or something. So, or maybe with E6 and play with C6 later. I don't know. But yeah, C4 feels a bit premature. So E3 is fine. My opponent plays with E6, not committing with C5 just yet. And maybe this is where I could play C4. To try and exploit the fact that the queen is awkward on C8, right? I think this would potentially be interesting and be in line with like the rest of my theory, right? To play against this queen on C8. Because what ended up happening was, I mean, I completed my development. Apparently I can even take here for a slight advantage. And then play C4, right? Yeah, and they can't take back with the knight because I've got this fork. So then they need to play like bishop g6. And how does this go? Yeah, bishop c4 is very thematic against this knight. And let's say they go back. I don't know. I don't really see where my advantage is, to be honest. Yeah, I don't really see it, to be honest. By the way, guys, I also need to end the stream before midnight. Otherwise, it will count as tomorrow's stream. And then I've missed a day. So we will have to end the stream very soon. And given how tired we all are, it's probably a good idea. But okay, you bring the knight to f4. Let's say they castle, knight f4. Do I see the advantage? If they ever play d5, oh wow, we can just take on g6. It's kind of a nice finesse. Somehow that works. Oh, because we've got knight e7. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, I can kind of see this, but it also feels quite drawish. It kind of feels quite drawish, to be honest. I don't know. So yeah, we ended up getting this position where they took, and I got this open h file. And I always struggle a bit with this because a part of me wants to always keep the rook on this h file, but it's also not always being able to achieve too much. And knight e5 was definitely a bad move. This is kind of the move that I tell my students not to play. Like, I'm basically playing some active move before developing all my pieces, right? Like, I should play bishop e2 every day of the week. Or play c4 if I don't want to lose a tempo, like taking back or something. But I shouldn't be playing like knight e5. It feels moving the same piece twice so soon kind of feels a bit wrong. And yeah, I allowed my opponent to play c4. And I think in some lines I basically allow c4 and it's fine. But in lines that are very, like, out of book, I should definitely try and avoid this. And I think taking on d7 and playing c4, again, this is like what's needed when the queen is on c8. I think this is like really, this is really critical to play in this way. Even c4 immediately is fine, but I guess the point is that they can take, and then if I take back with a knight, I was gonna say that this pawn is vulnerable. Maybe taking here. Doesn't look that like that's the case. Yeah, I don't really want an IQP in this kind of position. I mean, Aravan, Safsara know all about IQP. We've been talking about it a lot lately. But yeah, I ended up getting this really poor position. So I think I've just got to remember, like, whenever c5 comes, I basically need to play c4, like with this queen on c8. Otherwise, this is really miserable. This position is just really miserable. And this is kind of like, you know, typical London system play. Obviously, I've probably played it badly. But yeah, I tried to just get active counterplay on the king side, and it just wasn't good. It just wasn't good at all. And yeah, taking on f4 was really bad. I should start with queen g4 to give myself a chance, but yeah, this was just horrendous. My king is completely weak, and I even missed mate in 2, right? So this is the state of my chess. Like, I literally saw that I was thinking I could block this. I was literally looking at this. Which doesn't even work. I was thinking maybe I survive. I was like, maybe I survive this. I just didn't even see queen b1 was working, so just sad. No way Jose was in response to you dropping the rook. Did I say that? I don't even know. Does Hong Kong have any GMs? I don't think so. But their players are really underrated in terms of rating. What about the Malaysia plans? Malaysia plans definitely happening. I'm going in September. That's happening for sure. I want to live a better quality of life, and I will go ahead and do that. Do I speak Cantonese? I do, but not fluently anymore. Like, I've forgotten a lot. What is your training here for what opening? This is not opening training today. I am basically analyzing some games that I played in a recent tournament, and just trying to get to the bottom of a lot of what went wrong. Oh my god, this game is so painful. This game is so unbelievably painful. So e3, e6, yeah, knight f3 is the move, and yeah, this is well, fine. So generally, before playing knight h5, it's generally a good idea to play this move bishop e7 first, and then play knight h5, because then I don't have this bishop g5, right? So against bishop e7, I might even be tempted to play the move h3, just so I can prevent this plan. But of course, after h3, then they could spend a tempo to play bishop d6 and provoke me to take, which is interesting as well. But yeah, basically I got my bishop kicked around a bit, but oh my god, I can play knight e5. Whatever. I don't like knight e5. It's too much. It's too much. I'd rather develop my pieces first. And this game, I actually thought I played really well. Okay, apparently not. Okay, I've got 1 minute to speed through this game. I just want to quickly say, maybe I shouldn't speed through this game. Maybe, you know what? Screw it. Like, if this gets uploaded on the next day, it gets uploaded on the next day. We're more invested in, you know, getting stronger, right? So, right. So they took and played e4, which basically kicked my knight backwards. Apparently, I shouldn't allow this. I was thinking that they take with the f pawn. I thought this was always going to be a problem for me. Queen b3, bishop e6. Oh, and I take on b7 like a madman? That's insane. That's insane. I don't know. I don't know if I understand. But this was such a horrible game. This was such an unbelievably horrible game. Because what ended up happening, I think I played this segment of the game quite well. I improved my knight. I traded off this bishop. I activated my queen. I connected my rooks, I brought my knight into a better position, and I found this move, queen d6. Now, this is the most unbelievable finish, guys. You're not going to believe this. So, my opponent here has a problem, right? Because I'm basically threatening this pawn. but it's also not easy to deal with it. As soon as you move like the queen, well, then I can take the knight. As soon as you try and trade queens this way, I think I can still take the knight. So it's just not working. So my opponent just had to play a move like rook f7, allowing me to win this pawn. Plays the move king h8. And here, I played a move a3 because I wanted to open up my bishop. I wanted to play bishop a2 and enter. So he plays rook c7, so I just grab another pawn. And here, my opponent plays the move knight d4. So in this position, without checking the moves, I played this move queen f6 because my queen was hanging. And what would you guys play here? I want answers from everyone. And as I'm waiting for answers, I'll catch up on chat. So play the Olympiad and get a title. No GM in Hong Kong. Honestly, that's not a bad shout. Like, Olympiad title is such a hack. But I don't know. Is it really worth getting a title if you're not getting it like through rating? I don't know. I'd prefer not to like. I'd prefer to be like a 2200 CM than a 2000 FM. Good night, Jan. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate it. Oh, is it my response to you dropping it? I see. Not rook trade. I think Michael should speak some Cantonese on video. I think I shouldn't. Rook takes c7 looks forced. Exactly, Tricky. Can you believe? In this position, I just took on c7, and I was like, he's gonna take back. I'm just gonna win this game. Knight e2, my jaw dropped. Oh my god. And I basically just... I'm uninstalling chess. Exactly, Jan. This is literally my reaction. I wanted to die. So literally, all I had to do, very simply, play queen takes g5. I mean, I've got like 100 different moves. I can even play bishop a2, which was my whole plan anyway, right? But I can just play any move, and then I'm fine. Then I'm just going to recapture, and it's all good. They can't even play a move like this. I'm probably even playing this, right? We can't. Anything wins, except rook takes c7. And then he just played knight e2, and I was like, no. King h1, queen h5. Game over. So, this is why it's very, very important to understand your king safety. And the thing is, for me as a player, I would never blunder this if I had a fianchetto. But in castle setups where I'm less familiar, I have holes in my understanding. And now I've seen this once. Hopefully I will spot this in future. But still, it's like, oh god, it's so painful. Like this. But this is the thing, right? It's very important. Like, it's actually a really underrated piece of advice, but it's really important that you study your kingside, like your castle setup really, really well. Like, you really want to like understand how to defend it, and try and understand which types of castles are you better at defending than others. And I found that like of all the types of castles, Fianchetto is like one of my best castles in terms of like understanding what moves make sense in the defense. But like, this was just a complete cold shower. Like, I did not see this coming at all. I literally thought I was just winning. I thought I could literally play anything here, which is exactly how you lose games. So this was very, very educational and a good reminder. And I think I won my final round after this, in fairly convincing fashion. But the good thing from this tournament, I think there were two games where basically recent study and prior knowledge helped me convert the positions much more cleanly. We got a good opportunity to practice some openings and also understand like what positions are quite critical and how to act when the positions are critical. We also learned a bit more about our king safety, which is always something nice to pick up on. So yeah, all in all, I think a very educational tournament. I mean, I've basically had two really bad Grand Koala tournaments in a row, which is quite annoying, but okay, as long as we're still learning, and as long as we are still 2500 on Ponziani Master. I mean, I honestly like will take a look at this from time to time and just be like, so good. Like, man, Literally 9 years on Lichess to get to 2500. Like, what a grind. What a grind. But yeah, this is cool. Okay, but your rook hangs on c1, so what do you play? Basically play a check, play a check, play a check and defend the mate. Play a check that improves your position. This is your cannon event. My vocab is actually stunted. What does cannon mean? Is it like the first time or something? Your canon event, an accepted principle or rule. Oh, it's too late to understand English. Okay, this is why you should work hard in school, guys. So you're not resorting to embarrassing yourself on stream. But yeah. What is this tournament? Oh wait, did I? Is that second stream today? Yeah, there will be, of course. I will stream at some point today. You should see it as an event which was bound to happen. Search canon event? Okay, fine. An event that is essential to... Oh, wow. I didn't know that was even a thing. I like that. A canon event. Oh, I've had many, many canon events in chess. Too many. Too many. It's like lore. Okay. Yeah, I've got some serious chess lore, guys. I've got some serious chess lore. One day, I'll make it the Grandmaster and I'll write a fantastic autobiography on all of the setbacks on my chess. And it'll be great. But until then, I think I'm gonna head to bed. Is Gen Z slang? I'm pretty sure it's a legit... It's not Gen Z. I think we're just stunted with our vocab, Jan. Canon event, I'm pretty sure is like just a legit phrase. But guys, I am absolutely shattered. I'm never, doing any exercise ever again. It's so not worth it. And on that note, guys, I'm going to head to bed. So thank you guys all for tuning in. I hope you guys learned something from the games. I definitely did. And I guess see you tomorrow. Hopefully, need to get some woodpecker method grinding. And maybe we'll play some classical. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, see you guys around. Adios.